money, 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 my God.
Hi, I'm Eric. I filmed my phone and welcome to another video. Today is time for disc 2 of the Oil of Every Pearl's Uninside's Non-Stop Remix album by SOPHIE. I'm very excited. I hope you all enjoyed my disc 1 reaction. And I'm excited for part 2. I'm starting this a little earlier on the next day because I know towards the end of it, I was talking very slowly and I was just very sleepy. And so I think right now, if I get into this more alert headspace, I'll be in better shape to deal with the dancing and the electronic and just all the cool things that is bound to happen on this disc 2. I don't want to really waste your time in watching, so thank you for requesting this video and let's get into it. I am doing these numbers based on it being disc 1 and disc 2 because that's really just how she did it. So we're gonna start with track number 1, which is Pretending, in parentheses, Glasshouse. Ooh, definitely some deconstructed mix to get us back in. Oh, that feels like something. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, feels like there's some sonic ambience coming from under the surface. I don't know, it feels like a printer or a copier malfunctioning. Oh, it's going in between louder parts and softer. Okay, let's go with these hits and these pulses. Ooh, double time it, okay. Yeah, it's bringing it, it's bringing it. Okay, this feels like a club banger right now. Oh, okay. This percussion, again, immaculate. That feels like a door opening and creaking. Oh, that creak got much higher pitch. It sounds almost like a scream rather than a creak. Oh, there's a deeper, more masculine sounding voice somehow in there. I don't know what he's saying. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. Yeah. This, yeah, it's such a wild vibe. Okay, we're now a little more minimalist. Okay, but still very SOPHIE. Oh, whole new world. It's here again. Oh, okay. A different pulse. Still a groove and dance number. So that was Pretending, Glasshouse, and I don't know if this is gonna be an error that happens later, but for some reason, at the end of Pretending Glasshouse, it's not going directly into the next song, it's going into a song from disc 1. And I don't know why, different song each time. So I don't know why that is. So there's a part that said oh, it doesn't seem that cohesive, but just because my Spotify is glitching for some reason, but I don't know. But that was Pretending, Glasshouse, and that was a lovely song. I enjoyed it. Definitely had all the elements that make a SOPHIE song SOPHIE. It was very much oh, we're gonna groove, we're gonna be ambient in the club, but it's still something you can easily dance to. It's something that makes you feel both in the nature that SOPHIE is creating, but also in a way that makes you really just feel like you want to move and dance, and there is still that synthetic nature to it. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. There's a lot of cool elements in it. I mean, it is a 6-minute track, so you are going to have a lot of elements that are included, especially for a SOPHIE track where she really does the most. And yeah, I really appreciated this start to it. It definitely got me back into this project. It definitely felt like when we cut from disc 1 to disc 2 that we are feeling something a little different, you know? Track number 2 is Whole New World, Big Kiss Remix. Yeah, this definitely feels like it picked up right where the previous track left off. Oh, I like that feeling that's in the percussion. Do, 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 do. It's a good time. Oh, that good driving pulse. Makes you feel it. Oh, I think that's a distorted Whole New World Okay. Oh, that feels like it's a swarm of the Whole New World voices. Definitely still jamming to this. Like, Whole New World is repeated over and over, but like, I still vibe. This is just a good groove. I vibe. Again, I know I keep saying that. So it was a Whole New World Big Kiss remix, and it had the issue again, but like, I rebooted it and now it works. So I'm feeling good now. I don't know what that was about, and it stressed me out. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, which is great. I love that for us. But that was a Whole New World Big Kiss remix. Not a ton to say. I mean, it's a good club song. Like, definitely like a song I feel like people would just vibe to. Like, I vibe to it. I could dance to it easily. Like, especially like, I have lights actually down here that if I turn off the main lights, like basically they're like Christmas lights, but like they're small enough that like they're not like really gaudy by any means, and like you can have a party. I have an open sign over there. Like it's a good time, and I can really just like chill. And like, yeah, I really enjoy this song. Like, again, not a whole lot happening. The Whole New World was happening, but then like, you know, the normal beats and the standard Sophie kind of mix that I think we've gotten quite accustomed to. I don't think there was anything that was like, oh my God, this is something that I have never heard before and like shook me. Like, I definitely wasn't that shocked, but like I wasn't like disappointed by that lack of shock. Like, I think it just was like, okay, this is definitely like a non-stop remix album to like allow you to just dance and enjoy like what she's offering to you. And I think, yeah, I think if you go into that mindset with this song in particular, like, you'll be nothing but entertained. Track number 3 is Pony Whip, and this also features BC Kingdom. I don't know if BC Kingdom does production or if their voice is featured. I know nothing about them. But yeah, I'm very excited to figure it out. Oh, sounds like there's some voices. Is that BC Kingdom? Looks like they're just yas and woos. Oh, sounds like Pony Boy is in there. Is this Cecile singing? So I treat him like a pony boy. Ooh, I like this production that just got added in here. Like, I like that. It's a good time. Yeah, I think this BC Kingdom vocals are non-lyrical vocals. Is that It's Okay to Cry in the background? Ooh, they've lowered the vocals up, so I treat him like Pony Boy. This kind of reminds me of 1-2 Step by Sierra. I don't know why. Oh, that's a shift. So that was Pony Whip with guest vocals by BC Kingdom. That's interesting. These vocals are just non-lyrical. They're just doing yeah and woo, and that, like, you know, that's a feature. Like, it makes, like, you know, a lot of the, you know, rap features that I think some people are like, oh, some of these rap features are so unnecessary and they were bland and everything. But, like, they did come up with words. So, like, you know, to their credit, BC Kingdom, I don't think this feature was necessary. Like, it was just yeah and woos, and like, it vibes for like 10 seconds, and then I'm tired of that part. Like, the So I Treat Him Like a Pony Boy, great. The Sonics, great. Like, the It's Okay to Cry, like, random feature, okay. Like, I don't know if that works with the rest of the song, So I Treat Him Like a Pony Boy, It's Okay to Cry. Like, I feel like those are two very distinct, like, thoughts. But, like, if you want to put them on the same song, like, Sophie, your choice. But, like, for me, I wouldn't have kept the yas and the woos, like, being that much. Like, maybe, I think it's probably my speaker, because I think higher pitched things, like, go through the speaker and are much louder in the speaker rather than in headphones. Because, like, if it really is the yas and woos that loud, like, it just doesn't seem like that necessary, doesn't seem that useful. Might have a moment like on Club Future Nostalgia where I heard like the drink clinks and like didn't like that at all. But I think probably my guess is I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, and I think that is my speaker, because that is a trend I've noticed in my speaker. So like I am very excited to hear this song again. I think like sonically it does sound really cool other than that. And like even some yads and woos like here and there like are great. But I felt like it was very interesting that like this is a featured artist who's not on the original. And like that's what you get. I don't know. It feels maybe a little, I don't want to throw shade, but like a DJ Khaled kind of thing where like you're like sometimes the songs are generally like we the best, like another one, and just those tags as the main part rather than like, you know, actual stuff. I haven't really gotten into him much, but like, you know, like that's the kind of vibe I get from like this BC Kingdom feature. And I don't think that's on BC. I don't know if that's on Sophie. I just feel like it's very interesting that that's like what you chose to do. And so, yeah, I have questions on that. But like sonically, like it does move me. It's a groovy time. It definitely gives a throwback feel. And like, yeah, I would listen to it again if those woos are not like that much in your face. Track number 4 is Faceshopping, Money Mix. Money, 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 my God. Oh, this song also features Bibi Bourelly, and I think that's who's singing right now. Okay, see, this is definitely a lot more of a feature than BC Kingdom got. I really like Bibi's voice, like, it's a good sound. My G's. I think this production is actually very similar to the deconstructed mix in the original Faceshopping. I just love her cadence, it's so nice. I believe this is originally from Faceshopping. Again, I don't listen to Ponyboy and Faceshopping all that much, but it feels like those. So Sophie successfully destroyed Bibi in this song. I think Sophie's also destroyed like the club beat and like actually, you know, dancing to this. These pulses are very interesting. Oh, it's sped up. So that was the Faceshopping Money Mix, which features Bibi Bourelly. My apologies for not highlighting her sooner. But like, oh, I enjoyed that. Like, I love how she delivers like all her lines. And I like how like Sophie transforms her voice and you know what's going on behind her. Like it feels very much like Faceshopping the original, but like with, you know, a different, you know, message in it. And like it's about like, you know, money and like, you know, being the baddest in this house and like, you know, what's gonna be a party, like that type of vibe. It's very interesting because like this second half of it is very much just Faceshopping. Pretty sure just like, meanwhile my face at the front of shop and like, you know, minus that. But like there's some lyrics that I miss because I miss it every single time I listen to the song. I think it's just really disguised by that production. But like, you know, where Sophie and Cecile are very much like, oh, like we're gonna, you know, talk about like hydroponic, and I don't know, that's the only lyric that stood out was the use of hydroponic, like just all like the stuff of like, you know, plastic surgery and, you know, changing one's physical appearance. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this track. Like, I would love to get more into Bibi Bourelly if you have any specific requests, but like, yeah, she just sounds really good. And I think Sophie did a cool thing of having like, you know, having someone else's like words with her own production. Track number 5 is Pretend World in parentheses Shop Front. Oh, this is a lot more. Definitely feels like a good crossover event of the ambient and the deconstructed. Doom, doom, doom. Again, I get this like high-speed racetrack or a car chase feel that I think I got on one of the songs on the disc 1. Ooh, this is just really cool. You're going really up and then you're going down to like nothing. Oh, we just shifted. I'm certain this is Cecily's voice, but I don't know what she's saying at all. Ooh, That kind of feels maybe a little like Una still. Oh, that was quick and painless. By quick and painless, I mean the transition. Like, I felt like we were still in the same song. So that was Pretend World in parentheses Shop Front. And that was a track that I enjoyed, like, thoroughly. Like, definitely, like, the cool thing that I saw was the rise and back down. Like, it felt like a wave, like a ripple. Like, you would go from nothing to woo, and then nothing again. And, like, it was cool. Like, it was chill. Like, definitely, like, a vibe that I did, like, enjoy. And, yeah, I am very excited to see how it plays in my head later. I think it was really good. But, like, I am kind of confused that there's no, like, lyrics from My Face is in Front of Shop, if you're gonna call it Shop Front. But, like, it was a good time. Like, I definitely didn't dislike it by any means. Like, it definitely was a good song that definitely had its perks. And yeah, it keeps me going. It gets me revved up for the next track. Track number 6 is Laser. Oh, we're doing very minimal work here. It's very isolated. Oh, we picked up. And there was some full starriness here. It's continuing to the starry ambientness. I very much vibe. For a song called Laser, this feels quite pleasant. Ooh, still just so celestial. Ooh, dripping water. Oh, sounds almost like an automobile now. I think that is the first ever time I've ever called a car an automobile. Feels like it got really quiet. Why? Wow. Okay. So that was Laser, and that's probably the calmest Laser I've ever heard. Like, it was cool. It had, the water droplets, the celestialness, just like very ambient, very much a mutant kind of formulation that, like, I very much vibe to. Like, it was chill. It existed. Yeah, like, I think I'm just confused with the title, but I'll get over it. Like, it definitely is something that continues the ambient nature. Definitely not something that, like, really, like, hits ooh, ooh, ooh. But it seems like a lot more this disc 2 is not as cohesive, I feel like, as the disc 1. And, like, disc 2, although it does blend in nicely as you go along, like, there's definitely, more traces of the face shopping, and also just dealing with, like, these other, like, experimental moments, like the pony whip or like the money mix. Like, those were very distinct. And now, like, Laser is just, like, having, like, a chill breather. And while I appreciate that, like, it definitely seems like we're going on, like, a lot of different routes, and it's okay. Like, I vibe with that, actually. I do like that. It makes it more, like, each song feeling more distinct, but, like, definitely not what I expected after listening to disc 1. Track number 7 is Cold Water. Ooh, feels ominous, almost like the Stranger Things, like, intro. Is it gonna go anywhere? Knowing Sophie, it probably will, but I'm not certain. I'm Burning. That was so isolated, especially also with that freezing. Oh, we're getting a manipulation of the original Is It Cold in the Water. Water. I don't know, this version doesn't give me the same hype that the original on Oil of Every Pearls and Insides gave. I'm freezing, I'm burning. Which is it? Feels like it's storming. So that was Cold Water. Definitely felt like a remix of Is It Cold in the Water? Like, definitely feels like, if someone took, like, Is It Cold in the Water and was like, I'm gonna make a remix of it and, like, make it for someone. Like, that feels like how it was. Like, rather than, I guess, Sophie doing it herself. Which is, like, it still felt like within the Sophie vibe. Like, it doesn't feel like imposter syndrome or anything like that, or identity theft or anything like that. but like it still definitely feels like on its own is very much like this is a remix of Is It Cold in the Water, not just another remix for the remix album, if that makes sense. Like it fits. Not my personal favorite. I think I just really like the original and hold it in high regard. So like because I like that song a lot, like I don't really want to like have this remix. Like it changes her vocals, makes them less amazing sounding in my personal opinion. Like I think Cecily really like crushes these vocals. Like is it cold? Like all the high notes and just how long she can hold that note. Like it's impressive, beyond impressive. And so like the fact that like it's kind of like faded and like lowered down, it's not as high pitched, like it makes it like less. It also doesn't feel like as raw and like feels very produced. And while that's definitely a vibe for Sophie and for this album as a whole, like not my personal favorite personally, but that's again my personal opinion rather than like it being a bad song. It's not bad, but it's just not what I want from a remix of Is It Cold in the Water. Track number 8 is Dive in parentheses SDF. I don't know what that means. Oh, very much here Sophie is. Definitely feels like an altered version of LOVE. Oh, there's something cool like Is It Cold in the Water like synths like in the background. Oh, definitely feels like we're getting damp again. Oh, that's like just some cool production. Very Sophie. Definitely also feels like the MSM song from the product. Oh, that's like very doctored Is It Cold in the Water, I feel like. So that was Dive SDF, and I enjoyed it. Like it was short, like definitely Sophie putting like her durr like in it. So like I enjoyed it, but definitely like not the most like unique song I think in her discography. Like it does sound a lot like some other stuff I've heard from her before, but that doesn't make it bad. It definitely just makes it like fit within this whole remix album, if that makes sense. Like another song that makes it feel like this is definitely a remix album, but it's not definitely a non-stop dance remix album. Like it's not called a dance remix album, but like when I hear non-stop, like I feel like the reason why it's a non-stop is that like you're dancing and you're like fully vibing to it. And I feel like this again, while it continues, I think Cold Water, like this disc too does have more departures and kind of like shifts that make it feel less like a cohesive body of work that's an hour and 34 minutes and it's evolving over time, if that makes sense. Which I guess that's how I thought the album was trying to do it, but I don't think that's actually what Sophie's intention actually was now that I'm hearing it. Track number 9 takes us into the 5-track finale. I'm calling it a finale because all 5 are Infatuation remixes, and we start with the Sunlight Zone. Ooh, definitely still feeling those doctored Is It Cold in the Water vocals, but this time it's going higher pitch even. Ooh, this definitely feels like what Sunlight should feel like, I guess. Ooh, these are like bongos. Okay, get a little bit of that kind of vibe. Ooh, this is so beautiful. So that was Infatuation in the Sunlight Zone. Beautiful. Like, it's sad that it seems like we're gonna go into darkness, like with the rest of these Infatuation remixes. But like this one was beautiful. Didn't make me think of Infatuation at all. Like, cool bongos. Actually reminded me of the First Taste from Title by Fiona Apple, which is not relevant at all, I think, to this like album here. But like it gave me like this like cool like, yes, we're gonna do some drums, we're gonna, you know, feel a little like good solar vibes, almost a little like Solar Power from Lorde, the title track. As I'm recording this, she hasn't dropped her album yet, but it's quite possible that could change. But yeah, I really liked this Infatuation remix, and it makes me excited to listen to the rest of them. I really wonder which one will be my favorite. Track number 10 is Infatuation, in parentheses, Twilight Zone. Now, is it feeling more like the, evening time that Twilight is, or is it more like Twilight Zone, like, the cultural phenomenon? Okay, we've definitely disturbed the peace of the Sunlight Zone. Definitely some higher pitched vocals again. Hey. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm actually mimicking the rhythm right because I'm hearing it for the first time, but just go with it. Ooh, feels like we're getting some ominous vibes coming in. Oh, that must be midnight. So that was Infatuation, the Twilight Zone. Definitely felt just more like maybe in a minor key, a little like lower pitch. Just, more manipulated, like definitely adding the SOPHIE like quintessential beats and sounds, and yeah, making it less jolly and like freeing and morning and just light, and going, ooh, like into more of that synthetic, like a little ominous, a little spooky vibe. I enjoyed it. Like, I didn't dislike it as much as I feel like I might have thought that they were going to corrupt it, but it didn't corrupt it that much. But maybe I'm just waiting, I guess, for midnight for that to happen. But I don't know. I don't want to, prejudge on that. But, like, I'm very interested to find out. Track number 11 is Infatuation, the Midnight Zone. And this one is much longer than the previous two tracks. Ooh. We've lost the beats. Just like you lose your way in the darkness of the night. Ooh. There was the dribbling of like a bossed sound again. Ooh. High-pitched vocals again. I have no idea what she's saying. Ooh. We're getting more discernible sonicness. I like that. Okay, I did quickly look it up, and apparently it is the lyrics from Infatuation. Ooh, we're growing in sonic intensity. Okay, where is this going? This is an interesting sound. I'm intrigued. Oh. We're entering the abyss. So it was Infatuation, Midnight Zone, and I just like, I don't think I dissociated, but I feel like that 6 minutes is kind of like just passed, It didn't feel like, oh, we're in like a really dreadful long song. Like it felt like, oh, sure, like I'll just exist here. And I did. And I enjoyed my time existing. Like there's some high-pitched vocals from SOPHIE herself that are the ones from Infatuation, which not my favorite song from the original. So I was a little worried about having 5 remixes at the end. They're all from Infatuation. But like, I didn't really mind this, honestly. Like the high-pitched stuff, I was like, it's not like my favorite thing, but it's not like the euphoric reduce me to nothingness that I didn't really care for. I just like existed, and it was nice to exist. Like I could probably just like listen to the song like as like a timer for 6 minutes and just like exist, like, do mindful practices or something like that. Like it was very calm. And so like, thank you, SOPHIE, for that. Like that feels like a niche thing to use music for. I haven't really used it for that purpose before, but like I can very clearly articulate myself in my head doing that. So cool, interesting, a new perspective. Apparently also while looking up that it was the Infatuation lyrics, because again, I don't listen to them that much, and also I could barely discern what she was saying. But like, apparently these zones aren't named for like times of the day, like sunlight, twilight, midnight, but it's more actually named for the pelagic zones in the ocean. Like the sunlight is the closest to the top that receives the sunlight, and then it keeps going down, and so that's why we're going into the abyss and the trenches. So with that, we're going into our penultimate track, which is track number 12, and that is Infatuation, the Abyss. Okay, definitely still like ocean creaky. And like I feel like that's a really good way to put this song and like series. The song series is really just like oceanic. Oh, I really vibe with these lyrics here. Like at least how they're delivered. So that was Infatuation in the Abyss. It was short. It was under a minute, the shortest song on I think either disc. And like again, apparently I looked it up just to see what the ended vocals were, and they're from Is It Cold in the Water? Like I couldn't tell with all the filtering on it. But like apparently this one, Sunlight Zone and Twilight Zone, none of them contain any samples at all from Infatuation. So why is it called that? Why? I don't get it. I'm confused. Like, it definitely feels like false advertising. And the reverse way, because Infatuation isn't my favorite Sophie track. So, because it's not my favorite, like, I was a little worried. But, like, now I'm like, oh, this is fine. Because it's really not Infatuation, which is just interesting to me. So, I don't know why she chose to do that, but, like, I did enjoy the song. I mean, as much as you can really enjoy a under 1 minute ambient track. Like I enjoyed it within the context. I don't think I'd listen to it by itself, but that doesn't make it a bad song. It just means it's really a transition, an interlude, if you will. Track number 13, Infatuation, The Trenches. And this song is 8 minutes long. So it will carry us out. It is our last track. So let's get into it. Oh, sounds almost like a low horn. Ooh, that's another like low voice coming into the mix. Oh, that feels like a heartbeat. Is that Sophie's heartbeat? Oh, minimal. Some random beats happening. Oh, what was that? Oh, that felt very aquatic. I don't know why, but that's what really Sophie just does to you. She really just makes you feel like sounds are attributed to the universe that she created. This feels like a sunrise. Again, I don't know why. Ooh, it's rising. It feels beautiful. I feel like this could be like a very cinematic entrance to like It's Okay to Cry. It's remaining that beautiful nature. Oh, it's building in intensity. This is a finale. Oh, instead it feels like almost like a storm, rainstorm. Maybe like the It's Okay to Cry music video. Yeah, just fading out on that, which almost feels also like television static. So there's the natural and the commercialized. So that was Infatuation, The Trenches, and beautiful way to end. It was 8 minutes. Again, much like the Midnight Zone, I very much was like, I'm here. I'm here, I'm queer, I'm here for the ride. Like, yeah, like very much, I vibe with it. I like this song better than the Midnight Zone. Like, I like this part of the Infatuation Pelagic series. Like, I like this one better than the Midnight Zone because I thought like that build and like feeling we're ascending, like magical, amazing, like so cool. Definitely showing how ambient and how successfully ambient Sophie can be. And yeah, I really like this. I think it does a perfect finale for, especially like the second half of this disc two was very ambient. I feel like this does a good job of like bringing the journey to a close. Like it was beautiful. Like, yeah, not really many words. Like, is it a dance track? No, but I don't think that's her intent. And I think it just sounds good. Yeah, I'll leave it with that. It was good. Yeah, very Sophie. Very good. With that said, we have finished this album. Both parts now. And wow, thank you for your patience and watching. I'm sure if you made it this far that you probably have already watched the first one. And so that's probably over an hour of content you're consuming about this one album and my personal reaction and thoughts on it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that so much, so deeply. And like, yeah, I personally really enjoyed this project. I think this side very much was distinct in that, like, I feel like the first disc was much more cohesive together. But like this one felt like, with aside from the Infatuation, which I feel like the Infatuation 5 set is very much a cohesive set. Like we have stuff like Pony Whip and Money Mix, and then like this Infatuation set that sound nothing alike. And I think it's similar, I guess, to her actual debut album, like where you do have these different sounds. You have the euphoria of like It's Okay to Cry and Immaterial, but you also have the deconstructed mix of Ponyboy and Faceshopping, but you also have the ambientness of Is It Cold in the Water, Infatuation, Pretending, Whole New World, and Pretend World. Like you can even put that wherever you want, I guess. Like she does everything on that project, and I guess it only makes sense that the remix album does have stuff from everything. I did find it a little weird that Immaterial, I found nothing from Immaterial. Like I think I said, oh, this kind of sounds like an Immaterial vibe, but I think that was just a Sophie vibe, and Sophie made Immaterial, so it makes sense. But like, why is Immaterial not here? Why is It's Okay to Cry only in very micro doses? Like the one where she says it's okay to cry like a couple times. Like, why are those like not here? Why is that the case? Like, I wonder, because if you're able to give like, I don't know, like I think Infatuation altogether got 6 remixes. Faceshopping I think got like 4. Ponyboy got a few. Like, why are all these other ones getting a few? And then you're gonna leave like Immaterial, probably the biggest banger that's on there, giving it nothing. Is it just like perfect to begin with? Like, I guess kind of. So I agree with that, I guess. And then It's Okay to Cry being, you know, also like perfect in its current sense. Like, I don't think you could really change much about it. But like, I mean, Sophie also did remixes where she titled songs like saying it's this, but doesn't contain any vocal or, you know, sonic samples from it. So why is that? I wonder. Like, yeah, I do. And I also wonder about these other songs that don't so much have the original name from the debut album. Like, they are unreleased songs previously, like XTC Acid, like Laser. So I do wonder why she particularly chose to do that. Like are those songs like actually how they would sound like regularly, or are they remixed? Like, I feel like that's how we had with Club Future Nostalgia, where we did have a couple songs like Love is Religion and that kind of moment where we were confused about, is that how it would have been originally, or is that like the mix for the record? Like, I do wonder. And I did find it all interesting then, and I find it interesting with this project as well. So I am interested in seeing what you all have to say about both Disc 1 and Disc 2, because like obviously I'm filming both of them before I head to my summer position, so I won't really know until both of these parts are out, or at least uploaded. So I am very curious to see what you all have to say about this. Like, I hope you enjoyed the ride, and like, yeah, I think that's where my gratitude lies. I'm grateful also for Sophie providing this length of project. Like, you know, we always crave more Sophie, and I think I got some satisfaction from it. I definitely feel like we got, I mean, not in totality who Sophie is, but like, I now have a much more distinct feeling of like, oh, this is Sophie, this is Arca, like, this is where Sophie shines in particular, this is where Arca shines in particular, and those two, like, I think I often mix them together. And like, for similar good reason, like they've even collaborated on songs together, so it makes sense. But like, it's definitely like cool to see this is mainly like all Sophie with a couple features, but it's mainly Sophie. And I think that's really cool that we really get to see, this is what her craft is. And like, this is what she can do. This is how she wants to reimagine her own songs. Like, it's really cool. And I do hope that more songs from her come to light. Obviously with thinking the best for her and like her loved ones in mind, rather than, you know, just me as a fan wanting more from her. But like, yeah, I would love to hear more songs that are not just remixes of like her early work, because I think like when you do remix like your old material, like it does, like there is something really cool about it, but it does, like there's some novelty to it that wears off a little bit. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the project. Thank you for listening. And like, I am very excited to go back and like listen to this project. I feel like I can dance to some parts of it. I can, you know, vibe to other parts of it. I'm not sure if I would listen to the whole project like front to back all together. Like I might have to skip a couple sections, but like I think overall, like it is a strong body of work. Definitely shows who Sophie is, and really like again preserves like her legacy for the future. Because this is a remix album, I'm not listing my favorites, but I will say that pretty much every song here I really liked. Honorable mentions, like a particular note, are the Money Mix. I really vibed with that one. And I think the Pelagic series is just really cool. So I did actually vibe with that. I'm very surprised I vibed with that. And I'm really glad that I did though, because I think it was a stroke of genius. It could have been an EP probably, but like it didn't stop me from enjoying it. And those ones were the highlights of disc 2, obviously. Disc 1 was still very much, I love the whole New World Sophie and Das remix. I love it. Each time I hear it, I just love it. If you like this video, please like it, just comment down below, so like me to react or listen to you next. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles, it's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open your eyes.